Hello everyone. Welcome to this session on cloud engineer expectations from companies. In this video, I'm going to explain what exactly companies expect when they hire a cloud engineer, especially for freshers, interns, and entry-level roles. Today, many companies are moving to cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. Because of this, they are looking for engineers who not only understand theory but can also perform practical tasks. For example, a startup company may expect you to deploy an application on AWS. A service-based company may expect you to troubleshoot server issues. A product-based company may expect you to build scalable infrastructure. Even for internships, companies expect basic knowledge like launching a server, storing data, and managing access. So in this video, we will break down all these expectations step by step with real-world examples. A cloud engineer is someone who works with cloud platforms and manages infrastructure in the cloud. From a company point of view, this role is very important because everything today runs on servers, applications, and networks hosted in the cloud. For example, when you open a website, it is running on a cloud server like AWS EC2. When you upload a photo, it is stored in cloud storage like S3. A cloud engineer ensures that these systems are running smoothly. They handle deployment, scaling, and security. Some real examples include deploying applications on EC2, managing storage using S3, configuring load balancers to handle traffic, scaling servers when traffic increases, and ensuring systems are always available. So overall, a cloud engineer is responsible for keeping applications running efficiently in the cloud. Core responsibilities. Companies expect cloud engineers to handle core responsibilities related to infrastructure. These include deploying resources, managing storage, configuring networking, and monitoring systems. For example, you may be asked to launch an EC2 instance to host a website. You may need to attach storage volumes to store data. You may also configure VPC networks to control communication between servers. In real scenarios, companies also expect you to set up load balancers to distribute traffic. Monitoring is also very important. Tools like CloudWatch help you track CPU usage, memory, and performance. So overall, companies expect you to handle complete infrastructure operations. AWS Core Services. One of the biggest expectations from companies is knowledge of AWS Core Services. These include EC2, S3, IAM, and VPC. For example, EC2 is used to run virtual servers. S3 is used to store files like images and backups. IAM is used to manage users and permissions. Companies expect you to know how to create users and assign roles. VPC is used for networking. It helps in creating private and secure environments. Security groups act like firewalls and control traffic. So even as a beginner, companies expect you to understand and work with these services. Infrastructure fundamentals. Before cloud, companies expect strong fundamentals. This includes servers, operating systems, and networking. For example, you should know basic Linux commands because most cloud servers run on Linux. You should understand IP addressing to identify systems in a network. DNS is important because it converts domain names into IP addresses. You should also understand firewall rules and how traffic is controlled. In real scenarios, if a server is not reachable, you must troubleshoot at OS and network level. So strong fundamentals are very important. Monitoring and troubleshooting. Monitoring and troubleshooting are critical skills for cloud engineers. Companies expect you to identify issues quickly and fix them. For example, if CPU usage is high, you may need to scale the server. If disk space is full, you may need to delete logs. If a website is down, you may need to restart services. If there is a network issue, you must check routing and firewall rules. CloudWatch alerts can notify you when something goes wrong. So companies expect you to keep systems running without downtime. Security expectations. Security is one of the most important expectations. Companies want their data and systems to be safe. For example, S3 buckets should not be public unless required. IAM roles should be used instead of root access. Multi-factor authentication should be enabled. Data should be encrypted. Credentials should be rotated regularly. If security is weak, companies can face huge losses. So cloud engineers must always follow best security practices. Documentation and teamwork. Companies expect cloud engineers to document their work and collaborate with teams. For example, writing step-by-step procedures helps others understand the system. You may need to share configurations with your team. You will work with developers, DevOps engineers, and support teams. Updating tickets and explaining issues clearly is also important. Good communication skills are as important as technical skills. Learning mindset. Cloud is always changing, so companies expect continuous learning. For example, AWS keeps adding new services. You should practice daily using labs. Certifications like AWS Solutions Architect help in career growth. Watching tutorials and building projects improves your skills. Learning never stops in cloud computing. Intern expectations. For interns, companies focus more on attitude than experience. They expect you to learn quickly and be disciplined. For example, completing tasks on time is important. Asking questions when stuck shows interest. Practicing daily improves your skills. Taking ownership of tasks shows responsibility. Following instructions carefully is also important. Practical skills. Companies value hands-on skills more than theory. For example, you should know how to launch an EC2 instance. You should be able to upload files to S3. You should know how to create IAM users. You should configure a basic VPC. You should connect to servers using SSH. These are real-world tasks companies expect. Career path. The career path in cloud is very clear. You start as an intern, then move to support roles. Then you become a cloud engineer. Later, you can move into DevOps or architect roles. Each step requires more skills and responsibility. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you understood what companies expect from a cloud engineer. If you found this useful, keep learning and practicing. Feel free to ask questions and continue your cloud journey.